Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. It's Luke here. I hope you're all well. Hope you enjoyed last night's game. This is a quick day after. Talk about the game, West Ham 2, Alkmaar 1. I was really happy when the lineups come back. It was nice to see Zuma back in there. Obviously Ariola in goal. One of the changes that were made, Rice in. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the lineup when I looked at it. I thought, yeah, it's quite attacking. Moyes is, potentially going for this game, and it looked good. They lined up with their team that we expected, really, apart from the fullback that was suspended for this game. The first half was really poor. I thought we showed them a bit too much respect. Listen, maybe we was taking a look at them. Maybe the game started and Moyes was like, have a look at them, see what they're about, let them have a bit of possession, see what they do with it. And we try and catch them on the counter. And it just was really poor, really poor. Decision making wasn't great. There wasn't really anything of major note in that first half from us. I thought it was a bit wasteful, just little passes wasn't coming off. And then obviously they did go 1-0 up, but it was dodgy goalkeeping really. There is arguments of a foul. Yeah, if that was West Ham that had scored that goal, and then it would have been disallowed for a foul in the midfield with 20 seconds to go, with 20 seconds to sort of sort it out and try and get rid of the problem, I would have been disappointed. So I understand why it stood. Like I say, long shot in, just bounced in front of Ariola's hand. Yeah, poor goalkeeping. At 1-0 down, listen, I was guilty. I was thinking, here we go again. We're going to bottle another semi-final. And it's going to be another heartbreaking year because we just didn't look like we was going to do anything. Second half started and we started playing a bit better. We started getting some things going, but again, it did take until the penalty. The ball was whipped in. Bowen jumped up really high. I don't have to explain it all, but and then Matt Ryan, the former Brighton goalkeeper, basically punched him in the face, missed the punch. We got given a penalty. I couldn't even watch Benny take the penalty, even though I know he's a really fantastic penalty taker and his record is ridiculous. I couldn't watch. I just couldn't watch it. I was so nervous at the point he stepped up to take the pen. Listen, I shouldn't have been nervous. It was a great penalty and he put it in lovely. And yeah, 1-1, and that sparked us. The crowd got lifted from that point. And we looked a better team then. I think at that point we realised we can do these. They're not that great. They're they can enjoy possession, and they can defend resolutely, but actually they're not as good as we probably showed in that initial first half respect for them. And then the second half did come. Obviously, again, ball was whipped in, initially cleared off the line, and then Mickey Antonio there to put it in for 2-1. And at that point, you're thinking we're going to go on and maybe get a few more goals. We were unlucky. There was a couple of other chances we had. Like I say, it could have been 3 or 4. But listen, 2-1 is what it is. A draw would have been nervy. A loss would have been a disaster. So the fact that we've got the win, they have to come out. That they have to score next week to keep the tie alive, which is good for us because hopefully, like I say, we know a bit more about them now. And next week we'll be able to, try and get an early goal and get ourselves in there. I thought Ben Rama was fantastic last night. I know, most Twitter pages and, pundits and other West Ham channels out there are saying, that they think he was brilliant. And he was. He was our most dangerous down that left-hand side. That seemed to be where the potency was. Paqueta was slightly frustrating in this game, but then when things did come off, it showed, how important he is because he's key. He is key. When things do come off, they usually are good. Yeah, like I say, a lot of players were off for a little bit. We started showing a little bit more of that second half, which, again, like I say, that's all it's about. A win's a win, and that's all it's about. It's, to be honest with you, it's not really about the performance. at this stage of competition, any stage of any competition, it's just about winning and getting through and somehow getting over the line. And that's what we did. And we've just got to go and do it now. Please, West Ham, don't bottle this now. Go and get in that final. I just want... it is selfish. Yes, it is self-indulgent. I remember the 2006 FA Cup final a few months before it, because I still lived in Canning Town at the time then. I just remember like all the windows were decorated and people had their flags out at least 2 months before the final, and it's just, you could feel that lovely atmosphere building, and that's what I want again. If we can get to that final next week, and just have that nice atmosphere building up, because I still work in Canning Town and Plaistow, so, and where I live obviously is still a big West Hammy area. I just want all that again, that feel goodness, and all the West Ham community coming together. I'm sure if the weather holds out on that Wednesday the 7th, if we do get there, big barbecues, big celebrations, just for the whole day and enjoyment of it. I'm desperate for it. I'm desperate to see West Ham do something and just be successful and win a trophy, and like I say, that romance of, if it is Declan Rice's last ever game for West Ham, what a way to go out. If it's Moyes' last ever game, how nice would that be for him as well. Please West Ham, please. For those of you who didn't catch it, I'm sure you did, because you're West Ham fans like me. In the other tie, Basel won 2-1. They scored, I think it was about the 96th, 97th minute. They scored a 2-1. So they are winning that leg at the moment, because I did fear Fiorentina. I did think, if we do get to the final, it's going to be a bit of a test. But yeah, Basel are no mugs. They've always been a decent side, always developed some good players. I think even Mo Salah came from Basel originally, or definitely played from at some point. So yeah, like I say, we've done the first bit. We're okay. We're leading at half time. Let's get over that line next week. I don't care about the Brentford game. I will do a preview about it. Obviously, I'll do a preview about it. And maybe we do still potentially need a point in the league just to be 100%. But yeah, Dave, rest players, rest them. This final means everything to the West Ham fans, to myself personally. I just want to see my club win something. I'm fed up of going in work all the time, and other fans, when you're trying to banter them, they can just throw that line at you. Who's seen their club win something in their lifetime? I have to sit there with my hand down. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I need that. I need to see my club win something. I need it. We all need it. And I want to see West Ham in Europe again, which will be the Europa League if we do win it, which is 3 years in Europe. And again, it gives you that little bit of a carrot to dangle at players. When you're going in the transfer market again in the summer, and if we were to change manager, it's also a carrot to dangle at another manager. And if you win a trophy, I don't care whether old Simon Jordan calls it the Papa John's Trophy of Europe. You've won a trophy. Your name's back out. Look where Roma are now. Roma won. Sorry, I've gone right off tangent, but this is just an example of what can happen to a football team. Roma won the Conference League last year under Jose. They're in the semi-final, currently winning 1-0 against Bayer Leverkusen. They could go on and win the Europa League and then be in the Champions League over a 3-year project. Conference League, win it. Europa League, potentially win that. They could win the Champions League. I don't listen, they probably won't win the Champions League. But the fact that they've done that journey just from this cup, this may be a Papa John's Cup, as Simon Jordan calls, but there is a path over a 2-year period to get yourself in the Champions League, which you potentially couldn't get in the league. So yeah, this is a big trophy. This is, and it's to be, if we do win it, to be the first British club to win it. Yeah, amazing. Honestly, I just, hope and pray, guys. Pray. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I say, I'll be back for a Brentford preview maybe tonight or early tomorrow. And then me and Paul hopefully going to get together to do a podcast, building up to what will be a really great week ahead, hopefully, and a real big celebration if we do get through. But yeah, enjoy your day, guys. Like I say, we're nearly there. Come on, you wines.